door. What's crack-a-lackin' YouTube? See Dizzle, see Dizzle. I'm here to get that sauce, baby. Hold on, let me put on my safety belt. So, I'm on here today. I'm tired of the slander. Yeah. Tired of the slander. Slander coming from stock market boys, Bitcoin boys, crypto boys. Listen, man. Y'all see the title of the video. I'm here with facts. Anybody want to debate me? Hit my DM, leave a comment, let's debate. We can have a debate, bro. I'm gonna lay the facts out though. See? I'm about to lay out the facts. Let's say facts over fiction. If y'all stock market boys, and shout out to y'all. The reason I'm making this video, Rashad Bilal of one half of EYL, Earn Your Leisure. You know, they do the big Invest Fest. They just had the Invest Fest. So you know they on the high, they on cloud nine, as they should be. They doing big things in the black community. Shout out to them. I heard other crypto guys take shots at real estate. I'm not gonna let it slide. I'm here to defend our honor. Yeah, all my house flippers and my landlords. I'm here to defend our honor, baby. These boys think stocks are a better investment. I pity the fool. What my boys say, I pity the fool. Listen, let's go over it, man. First of all, I just read a stat. You know I do my research first. Let's break down day traders. Day trading is borderline gambling. Borderline. Now you can read your charts and do your analytics. I took a course on day trading. Shout out to Aristotle. I took his course. It was dope. You know, some feedback on that course. I think it's worth it. If you young and like you got plenty of time, like you got free time on your hand, go for it. Me, the reason why I didn't pursue it is because I don't have the free time, bro. I'm running 7-figure business. Like I manage 10 properties. I manage flips. Like I don't have time for it. But I feel like if it was a little more hands-on from the guys who run it, him, the other guy, Jake, I think, his partner, Money Mike. What's up? Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. I feel like if they were more hands-on, and they do have live trainings, hit the like button. They do have live trainings, but more hands-on far as in the Zoom call. The Zoom call is just, here's the outlook for today, which is phenomenal. And they give you the plays, which I think kind of handicaps you a little bit. But nonetheless, let's talk about day trading. I just read a stat. 97% of people who try to day trade fail and lose money. They don't make profit. Then I think another 58% of people who buy stocks long term, they fail and don't make money because they don't hold it long enough. Now, that's one con about stocks, right? Let's talk about a con about real estate. And see, I'm fair across the board. I'm fair across the board, bro. One con about real estate, if you're gonna get into landlording and house flipping, is the entry cost, the barrier, the entry, the barrier for entry is high. You gotta have capital. Like to day trade, you could start out with like $5,000 and you good, or $3,000 if you know what you're doing. Like you got to be good, bro. But you can get there, and it's gonna take time. Same with real estate. If you get good at wholesaling and talking to people and knowing your market and learning how to analyze deals, and it's a lot of intangibles in real estate that you need that you don't need in the stock game. So that's one con. Like to get into stocks, like you're not negotiating with nobody, bro. Which is gonna lead me to my next point on why real estate is the best. Yeah, like to get in the stock market game, bro. You don't have to walk into a living room and convince a seller to sell me the house. Go with me. You straighten. It's Jose. Who is this? Oh, yeah. So that's one of the cons of real estate. You gotta be very motivated. And same with stock game. Like, you're gonna take some L's brand new in the game. So like, you gotta be on your stuff. Like, both industries, both professions require intangibles, but real estate requires a ton more. All right, so that's one con with real estate. A pro. Now let's talk about a pro. A pro about real estate is I can get a bargain. Come on in, 25 of y'all, hit the like button. I can get a bargain, bro. I can't get a bargain in the stock market unless there's a dip. And it's very hard to predict the stock market. The stock market is volatile. So that's another pro about real estate. It's not as volatile as the stock market. Paint, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Yeah, we not, in real estate, we can see 6 months to a year out, okay, stuff about to hit the fan, you know, this about to be bad. Like, in the stock market, a CEO can get fired, something could happen overnight, 30% drop in value. You're not going to have an overnight 30% drop in value with real estate. You see what happened with Trump this year and tariffs. One day, the stock market is booming. Oh, no tariffs on China. The next day, Trump says tariffs on China. We had a big dip. We had a big dip in Q1. That was a great time to buy. But see how volatile the shit was? So that's another con for the stock market is it's too volatile, bro. And I understand these stock market boys. That's their game. But when you lay out the facts, like I'm going to do, when you lay out the facts and you go line for line, bro, real estate's the #1 investment in the world. See, and okay, here's another pro about real estate. Even during a depression, the Great Recession, bro, the Great Recession was the greatest time to buy real estate. Why? People still had a place to live. They had to have somewhere to live. The stock market was historically low. Now, you got to know what you're doing. You could have made money in the stock market, but I'm talking you buying properties 20, 30 cents on the dollar. You're making cash flow. All right? So now let's talk about a con of real estate. One of the cons about real estate is it's illiquid. I can't argue with my stock market boys and my Bitcoin boys on that. It's illiquid. Like, I can't press a button. I can't press a button and tap into the equity of the home. Because, you know, I'm an investor, so I look for deals and bargains. What Trump says, I don't want it if it's a deal. I want it if it's a steal. So when we buy deals and we get great equity and appreciation in the property, that money it's like invisible. I can't touch it. With the stock market, shit, if I buy 100 stocks in NVIDIA and appreciates by 10, 20% in 6 months, and there's some equity, I could tap into that with a press of a button. In less than 24 hours, I can have my equity. Real estate, completely the opposite. Completely the opposite. I have to put it up for sale. If there's a tenant, I got to make arrangements for that. All kind of stuff goes into a sale. I might not get what I want for it. The market will predict what I'll get for it. So that's a con of real estate. It's illiquid. All right. Let's see. What's another pro about stocks? Okay, well, here's a pro about stocks that I like. And listen, I just started buying stocks last year. I just started buying stocks myself personally at the big old age of 40. But you know, melanated, didn't have the knowledge, uninformed. So one thing I like about stocks is the rule of 72, the compounding effect. Yeah, I love that, man. I love how interest compounds. Now, real estate can compound too, but not at the rate a stock can. The stock can shoot up, man. Like it can go alpine. It can angle up 90. I'm sorry. It can angle up 45 degrees on you. All everything is hindered on the company's performance. So, Apple. Let's give an example. Apple. If you own Apple stock, bro, if you were invested in Apple, let's say the year 98, Apple was around. Even though it had failed, the company was in the dumps. Steve Jobs had left, came back. I think he left twice, came back. When Steve Jobs came out with the iPhone, bro, the stock 100x, 500x. But how can you predict that? Now, hey, like Stock Boys say, that ain't my fault. That's the beauty of stocks. So I can't knock it, man. The compounding effect of stocks is amazing. We're seeing that now with AI stocks, NVIDIA, OpenAI, Meta, Google, Microsoft, Dell just announced it, Intel, all these AI stocks, bro. NVIDIA is the best example. They going bonkers. So that's what I love about stocks. Like, you could bet on a penny stock. Now, penny stocks are like throwing dice at the damn dice table in Vegas. But it is what it is. Now, time for a pro. I think we got more pros on the I got more pros on the real estate than the stock side. I got two great pros, and the final pro is going to be like the nail in the coffin on why real estate beats stocks 7 days out of the week. The next reason why is, so I talked about getting a bargain. You can you can buy a fixer-upper, right? You could buy a fixer-upper, and this is my strategy. They call it the BRRRR. Some people call it wedge deals, whatever. I can force value, bro. Think about that. You can't force value in a stock. You personally, as a shareholder, can't force value unless you're the CEO or if you're on the board. I can, bro. So if I invest in Apple, I'm at the mercy of the performance of Apple as a company. Okay? That's a con. That's a pro in real estate. If I buy a piece of dirt, a piece of land, raw land, and I develop it, bruh, that land value has shot up. If I buy a 50-unit apartment building that's run down, beat up, I get it at a great price, I fix it up, I force 30 to 50% in value, man, that's why real estate trumps the stock game. Because you don't know what these companies gonna do, bruh. Just like, so let's bang on Bitcoin. Bitcoin guys, crypto guys think it's like the Jesus, Jesus of Nazareth round the stand. Baby Jesus has been born. These boys think Bitcoin and Ethereum is the golden goose. Which I get it, bro. I see the value in it. It's a store value. The problem right now with crypto and Bitcoin, it has very low utility. It's more of a commodity. Gold's a commodity. Oil is a commodity, but it has high utility. You see what I'm saying? Cotton is a commodity, but it has high utility. Right now, there's not much I can do with Bitcoin other than look at it on my Coinbase app, on my Swan account. Now, I understand the whole blockchain and the encryption. I get that. I'm up on that. But can you force value on that Bitcoin? You own one Bitcoin. Everybody thought they was a genius in 2017. When that shit went to 10,000, 2017, everybody looked like Albert Einstein. Everybody was a genius. But guess what? I can buy value adds. I call them value adds. I call them piggy banks. Gigi know what I'm talking about. I call them piggy banks. I could buy these deals all day, bro. For its value. And not only that, y'all. So let's go back to force and value. I can sell it, okay? I can 1031 it, okay? We're gonna talk about the tax benefits next. Oh yeah, see why real estate is a better investment? And listen, let me put the proper context on this debate, on this conversation. I'm speaking in terms of a mid to long-term investment. I'm not even talking short-term. Short-term in the stock market world is scalp trading. Scalping stocks. Trading stocks in one day. In our world, the comparison would be wholesaling. You know, now some wholesale deals do take long, but that's the context I'm speaking in. So 1 year to plus. All right. So let's say I buy a wedge deal, right? I got up here right now. Oh, I'm eyeballing it, y'all. I'm eyeballing this sucker, man. This sucker, it's got all the writings of a good deal on it. I hope I get it. What's up? What's up, fat boy? Spaghetti? You want some spaghetti, fat boy? You are funny. Yeah. So I'm eyeballing this sucker, right? Man, listen. It's a great deal, man. If I buy it and I hold it, let's say I fix it up, let's say I put 15, 20 into it, I'm all in. I'm suspecting, you know, I'm hoping I can be all in around 160. So that's purchase price and rehab. Man, if I hold it for 3 to 5 years, it's gonna appreciate. I'm gonna make cash flow from the tenant. Okay, I'm buying it at a low price. I'm buying it in the cash flow market. Within 3 to 5 years, I could refinance it or I could sell it and make $100 grand. Bro, I do these deals all freaking day, bro. I've done so many deals like this. And that's how I became a 7-figure guy. That's how I got my net worth to 7 figures. Buying these damn wedge deals. So with the stock market, unless you come in the game, and see, this is a con. Okay, let's talk about the con of the stock market. In order to become a millionaire in the stock market, bro, you need a ton of capital. Now, you heard me earlier, I said, you know, to get in real estate, you need a ton of money. True. You can't start out in real estate with $5 grand. You ain't gonna buy no property, bro, unless you're gonna buy some land in like Mississippi or Alabama. You ain't buying no property with $5 grand. But see, in the stock market, I could day trade my way up. It might take you a year or two, or maybe even 3 to 5 years before you got 6 figures in your account. So you need a lot of active income to just keep compounding in your brokerage account. That's a con, bro. And see, with real estate, if you know wholesaling, bro, that's the cheat code. Wholesaling is the cheat code to real estate, to get in as an investor. It took me 1 year, bro. 1 year, I had made enough middleman money. If y'all don't know what a wholesaler is, I made enough assignment fees to where I stacked my money up, and bam, I had about 30 grand. I came across my first deal. Same for Gigi. We saved our money up, bro. We both bought our first deal the same year. We hit about 20, 30,000, bro. And see, once you get that amount of money up, hit the like button, subscribe if you do. Once you get that amount of money in the wholesaling world, the real estate investing world, bro, you own. You just gotta know how to you gotta know how to use it, and you gotta know how to leverage your way up. I can't really leverage stocks. Now, I know about margin, but that's very risky. And you're going into debt. You're not going into debt with wholesaling. Wholesaling, it don't require any cash. Alright? So that was a long tangent on wedge deals. Another pro about stocks, let's see. It's very liquid. I spoke about it, a couple minutes. It's liquid. Stocks are liquid, bro. Stocks are liquid as hell. Listen, I had to use some stock money earlier this year. I had some money sitting in the account, bro. I hit a button, boop, had the money. By the end of the business day, I had the money, bro. Stocks are liquid. Let's see. A con about real estate. Let's talk about a con about real estate. It takes a long time, bro, and you got to be patient. I mean, you got to be patient in stocks too, but I feel like, and this is a pro for stocks, I feel like you can get richer faster in the stock market. Yeah, if you're doing it daily, like you can get richer, wealthier faster. But you got to be one hell of a day trader, bro. With real estate, is get rich slow. And most people are not patient, bro. They don't have the patience. They don't have the discipline to make it. They don't, bro. They just don't. Our game is tough, bro. You know, that is tough as hell. All right, let's end it with this. This is why real estate trumps stocks. Taxes. Taxes, bro. The taxes alone is enough. Everything I just said for the last 20 minutes, the tax benefits, bro, are crazy. If you listen, if you making like 500,000, if you in the top 1 percentile earning bracket, income bracket in America, and all that money's from real estate, man, you literally could pay $0 on that money, bro. You got cost segregation. You got cost depreciation. I could defer my payment. You can't defer diddly squat. Now I know there's some hacks with the stocks. I think with ETFs, the type of ETF would depend on the type of percentage you have to pay to Uncle Sam. I'm not too keen on that, so I really don't want to speak on it. But real estate. Look at here, real estate, bruh. I ain't gonna tell y'all the amount, bro. Let's just put it like this. 2 years ago, I wrote off a lot. I told my accountant, I really don't want to pay much, brother. And he was like, okay. He was like, you got enough here. He was like, your costs, the business costs, depreciation from the properties, cost segging, meaning you push the taxes off for some years. He's like, you got plenty right here, bro, to write it off. So that's why real estate's a better investment, y'all. It's been around before the stock market. The stock market's been around. Real estate's been around at the beginning of time, y'all. And the beauty about this is another beautiful thing about real estate. We could develop a piece of land. We could develop a neighborhood. We could develop a property. We could tear it down and start all over again. You could have an old building sitting there, knock that shit down, and build something brand spanking new. Brand new investment. You can't do that with stocks, man. Y'all stock boys, get your mind right. What up, Classic Lights? Spin it up. Hit that like button for your boy. Yeah, we debating what's better investment, real estate or stocks. It's real estate, bro. Y'all crypto boys, y'all Bitcoin boys, y'all losing your mind. If y'all think that's a better investment, y'all watch y'all numbskull. Yeah, what's going on, man? Man, real estate got this, bro. For all my youngsters out here, put it like this. I'm just now starting to diversify my investments. You know, I was all real estate. Now, you know, I'm slowly inching up my stock portfolio. I'm proud of myself. I didn't know. Like, I knew about the stock market, but I didn't know, like, all the advantages. It's so liquid, compound. You could option trade, so on and so forth. It's great, you know. It's great. You can get into a mutual fund, get an ROI. What you said, bro? I own a historical restoration company, so I never tear something down unless it was, oh, bruh. Man, where you live at? Where you live at, brother? Brother DW? Where you live at, bro? Go to Baltimore. Man, so many bandos. Palm Beach, bro. So many damn bandos, bro. You gotta knock them shits down, bro. You been to urban VA, come on, man. Bro, these bandos, we knocking them down, dog. I got a property that I'm eyeing that I'm thinking about taking down. My first new construction property. God willing, I'm gonna get that sucker, man. We gonna knock it down and we gonna build something beautiful. Can't do that in the stock market. Can't do that, man. So yeah, just want to get on here. Any one of y'all Bitcoin boys, any one of y'all stock boys want to debate me? Let's go. I just laid out the case, Your Honor. I just laid out the case why it's no comparison, bro. Listen, I ain't even talk about rental cash flow. I ain't even discuss rental cash flow. Now, I know you can get dividend stocks. You know, I know you can get a dividend monthly, quarterly, or yearly. I know about that. But with my tenant, bro, I could, man, depending on what kind of market I'm in, I could raise those rents. Man, y'all stock boys better sit down somewhere, man. I don't know what y'all think. Real estate got this, man. Real estate, baby. I think 80% of all the millionaires in America got more wealth through real estate. Somewhere around there, 70, 80%. It's through real estate, not the stock market, man. Stock market can't touch it. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you new. They can't touch the investing in freaking a tangible. And see, real estate's tangible. And okay, let me say this, because I heard somebody say this. I gotta say it. With real estate being tangible, what they call a hard asset, pause, it can deteriorate. Okay, what does that mean? It's maintenance costs. But guess what? That's a write-off. That's a tax write-off. It can deteriorate. Okay. Stocks don't, if I buy a stock in Disney, I don't have to maintain it. I don't have to hire a damn property manager. I can just watch it grow. I already talked about the volatility. My brother DW said it's too much risk in the stock market. That's one of the biggest cons of stock market, bro, is the volatility. It's unpredictable. And see, real estate is it's way more predictable. I ain't gonna say it's like, you know for sure this is gonna happen, but you can follow trends, bro. Like, you know what investors are licking their chops for this month? We are licking our chops for a rate cut. That's gonna raise demand. Thus, the market is gonna see a boost. What's up, y'all? Come on in. That's predictable. Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, like with stocks, you can only get tipped off slightly. You got to be very smart, bro. You got to be able to, like, let's give an example. Like a stock split. A stock split, if you could see, if the company announced, hey, we're going to split the company or we're going to merge with this company, bam, stock's going to boom. Some kind of announcement like that. But that's like after the fact. Your foot got to be in the dough. Like if Disney says, I'm going to join with SeaWorld, they're going to merge into one, you already got to have those stocks. Once the announcement is made, then there's the incline, there's the jump. There's an increase in value. So, it's all a game. But see, with real estate, it's slower. But you could see it coming, bro. We waiting on this damn rate cut, bro. Once interest rates drop below 6 and we at 5.9, oh man. And see, you got total line. My brother talking about insider trading. Politicians insider trade all day. Politicians, CEOs, financial advisors, people at the top, and see his levels to this, DW. So yeah, man. So hope y'all gain some value from this. Let me focus on driving. I'm in traffic, by the way. Stuck in traffic. Like I said, anybody want to debate me? Hit my inbox. Any one of y'all stock boys want to smoke? Hit my inbox. I'm out. Peace.